Disclaimer: this is an imaginary story. Please don't relate it with any idol or any other person. It's nothing related to anyone's life. It's pure work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. Whatever pics are shown in this story, they all have been taken from Google and Pinterest. The credit for them goes to their real owner. Storyline and voice are mine, so please don't copy that. Some people are called monsters, not because they were born cruel, but because life took everything gentle from them. What happens when a man who ruled the world with fear was failed to protect his love? The man who never lost any battle of his life is ready to lose the most precious treasure of his life, his husband. This isn't a story about power. This is a story about love, loss, and the two innocent souls who walked into the life of a man who had already buried his heart. Lieutenant begged, "I'm sorry, King. Please forgive me. This will never happen again." Yungi, "Of course it will never happen again, because I won't leave you to make the same mistake again. Shoot him." Menwan flinched hard. "Boss, his most trustworthy man." Mentu, "That too with this brutality. He had pieced him in the parts before him." Yungi looked at his men. "Look at this and keep this in your mind. There is no forgiveness in Mafia King Min Yungi's den. I can never accept the betrayal. Your loyalty should be only to me. Otherwise, be ready to face the consequence." Right hand man, "Boss, our new partner is waiting for you." Yungi, walked away. Right hand man looked at men. "Don't just stand, clean this mess and go back to your work." Business partner, "King, you are late." Yungi sat on his king's throne. "King is never late. Time follows king, not king to time. You are here to follow king." Business partner nervously laughed. Of course, King. Just like you said, I already prepared the contract papers. 70% is yours and 30 is mine." Yungi looked at his right hand man. "Have you checked the contract papers?" Right hand man, "Yes, boss, I have checked everything and cross checked with our legal team. Everything is the same as you have decided." Business partner, "Now your right hand man is also cleared. Please sign on the papers so that I can start my work." Yungi picked the pen. About to sign, but got the call and received it after seeing the caller ID. "I'm coming." Stood up and about to leave. Business partner, "King, please sign the contract." Yungi, "Come tomorrow." Business partner, "But I specially come here for this deal." Yungi glared at him. "I didn't ask for your wish. I ordered you. If you want me to sign this deal, Come tomorrow, otherwise forget it. Left. He left from there without giving anyone a chance to speak. It was very important business deal, but he didn't care because nothing is more important for a king than his queen. Jungi was talking with the consultant neurologist. Neurologist was telling him about medical condition which Jungi didn't understand because it was hard for normal people to understand medical terms. Note: don't take this scene seriously. I don't claim whatever I write is medically possible. I did some research about this condition, then wrote. I can be wrong too, because neither am I a doctor nor from the medical field. Then also, I try to make it as realistic as I can, so enjoy it as a fictional story, not as reality. Jungi, Doctor, I didn't understand what you said. Tell me clearly, in simple words, what you want to say. Neurologist, fine, I will tell you in simple and clear words. I have reviewed Jimin's latest neurological assignments. Jungi, what's new in this? You have been reviewing them for 2 years. Tell me something I already don't know. Neurologist, there is no improvement in Jimin. Jungi, so? Neurologist, Jungi, I haven't called you here to talk like a neurologist. I have called you here to talk like a friend. I have known you for the past 2 years. Jungi, Doctor, don't try to play word games with me. Tell me honestly what you want to say. I hate sugar coated words. Neurologist, fine. We have repeated every neurological test, EEGs, MRIs, reflex evolutions. There is no measurable cortical activity suggesting recovery. His brain injury from the collapse was catastrophic. Jungi, means, what do you mean by catastrophic? Neurologist took a deep breath. It may be time to consider letting him go. It's been 2 years with no neurological improvement. I don't think you should wait longer. Jungi stood up. What nonsense are you saying? What kind of doctor are you? Instead of saving the patient's life, you are talking about taking his life? Who made you a doctor? Placed his on the middle of his forehead. You will take my husband's life. How dare you to even think like this? I can take your life right here, right now. Neurologist, killing me won't get you your husband back. Think practically, not emotionally. I know this isn't easy for you, but you have to understand. I believe it's time for you to consider moving on. He has been in a persistent vegetative state, PVS, for 2 years following a traumatic coma. We have reached the limits of medicine. He is alive because of mechanical ventilation, nutritional support, and constant medical care. Continuing this indefinitely may not align with what he would have wanted. Jungi removed the from his forehead. You don't know what he wanted. He is full of life. He never accepts defeat. He believes in continuous effort. Stop saying nonsense when you don't even know anything about him. Neurologist, I can understand your emotion, but you should honor his dignity and end his suffering right here. It's painful for him to not let him go. Let him go. Free him from this pain. You have held him back for the past 2 years. You can't stop him forever. Maybe he also wanted a dignified farewell instead of breathing just with the help of machines. Love doesn't always mean holding on. Sometimes you have to let your love go. Yungi shouted. Shut up! Don't you dare to speak a single word! I will never let him go. Until I am breathing, he will breathe with myself. You know nothing about him. He wanted to live with me. He wanted to have a family with me. He wanted to explore the world with me. He had promised me to forever stay with me. We haven't even started our married life properly, and you are saying me to let him go? Never. This can never be happened. If I have to fight the entire universe to keep him alive, I will fight. My husband isn't a normal man. He is a doctor. He saved thousands of children's life. He never accepts defeat. He fights till the last ray of hope. Don't you dare to teach me the meaning of love. I don't believe love means letting him go. I believe in snatching my love from the universe. He chose happiness for others. He gave them life. And you are telling me to choose death for him? Neurologist, Yungi, I know you love Jimin so much, but it's next to impossible for him to survive. Recovery at this age would require a miracle, and miracles are a rare blessing of God. Yungi, I don't believe in miracles. There is no God. Because if God exists, my husband wouldn't be in the condition today where he has only done good to others. His entire life, he has always saved the lives of children. But those shameless and ungrateful children have pushed him to the door of death today. I hate bloody children. They have snatched away my husband from me. If he needs a miracle to survive, I will bring him that miracle with my love. If I have to wait whole life for him, I am ready to wait, but not letting him go at any cost. You will not disconnect anything. You will not reduce care. You will not speak about end of life again. Neurologist, medicines don't work on your command. They don't know you are a mafia king. Yungi, then they should have known this. They should have worked. I refuse to move on alone. I will move on with my husband only. Jimin isn't going anywhere. Don't you dare to waste my time on this nonsense. Angrily left. Junki angrily left while slamming the door behind himself. Neurologist just looked at him and slowly shook his head. Jimin, Jungi, where are you? This is the third time I'm calling you. Tell me honestly, are you coming or not? Yungi, I'm standing behind you, my love. Jimin turned around and found Yungi was standing there, sweating mess, breathing heavily. He was trying to catch his breath. He went to him and rubbed his back. Jimin, OMG, what condition have you made yourself? Yungi, I. Jimin, shh, don't speak. Come and first sit here. Take a deep breath. Make him sit him on the couch. Yungi, I'm alright. You are worrying for nothing. Jimin brought the glass of water and sat on the center table in front of him. I know it very well. Don't you dare to teach me. Drink water. Yungi, I can drink by myself. I'm a mafia king. You are treating me like a child. Jimin glared at him. You are worse than a child. I will make you drink. Now drink. Yungi drank the water. Happy now? Jimin, no. Where were you? Why are you panting? How dare you to lie me? Yungi, you are a doctor or a teacher? These many questions? Jimin, I'm two in one, doctor plus teacher. Now answer me, otherwise teacher will punish you. Yungi, I didn't lie. When you called me for the first time, I had already left, but in the middle of the way, my car had stopped, so I ran here. Jimin, stupid! Can't you tell me that your car had stopped? Why did you run here? Yungi, because I didn't want to make my husband more angry than he has already. I'm so scared of your anger. Jimin, ha ha ha, very funny. Yungi, I'm so hungry, serve dinner. Jimin, first go and take a bath. Yungi, why? I already took a shower in the morning. Jimin, you have brought a lot of germs home with yourself. First go and take bath, otherwise you won't get any food. Yungi, okay, I'm going. It's only you who can force me to make bath twice in a day. Otherwise, I would have taken a bath for the entire month. Left. Yungi, back up, Jimin. Is it important to go? Please don't go. Jimin, stop behaving like a clumsy cat. It's really very important. It's a medical emergency. So many children are waiting for me. Yungi, but what about our honeymoon? I have planned everything according to you. We have planned to fun. Jimin turned to Yungi. Saving a life is more important than going on honeymoon. You know that many children have been injured in the earthquake. There is a shortage of doctors, so doctors are being called in from other cities. We can go on our honeymoon after few days, but if children's lives are gone, we can't get it back. Before wearing this doctor's apron, I vote saving all the children will be my top priority. Now when I have get that opportunity, I can't step back. I'm a doctor first, then your husband, and I'm just postponing our honeymoon for few days, not cancelling. I will be back soon. Yungi, then take me with you. I can't stay without you. Jimin smiled and tapped on his nose. What will you do there? It's not your mafia mission. It's the mission to save lives for innocent. Shungi, I will be your assistant. I will give you injection and even bring the medicines. Jimin kissed on his sad pout. I will be back soon. It's just for a few days. I know my brave mafia husband can survive without me for a few days. Shungi, I can't survive a single day without you. You are my addiction. I want you to stay beside me all the time. Jimin, and I will always be. Just a few days. I promise I will be back soon. I have made your diet chart and stuck it on the fridge. You have to follow it. It's not like I'm not here so you can eat crap foods and drink without any limits. When I come back, I will do your test first. Okay? If you dare to not follow my diet plan, you will be gone. I will bleed your ears. Yoongi hugged him tightly. I hate you, Dr. Min Jimin. Jimin, but I love you so much, my mafia king Min Yoongi. Now stop sulking like a baby and drop me to the hospital. Everyone must be waiting for me. Kissed him one last time before leaving. Yoongi, while driving, I hate bloody kids. They snatched my love away from me. I told him to not go, but he didn't listen to me. Tightened his grip on the steering wheel and suddenly put the brake when he saw a little boy suddenly came in front of his car. What the hell? Lowered his car's window. Again, kids! Looked outside. Hey, you! Why are you running on the road? Do you think it's your playground? Baby, scared. Uncle, please help me. They are. Yoongi looked at Kid, who was holding another small kid. I don't have time to waste on you. Drove off. Boy ran behind him. Uncle, uncle, please don't go. Help me. They are. Ah. Fell while running. Men towering over him. Now, where do you go? Grabbed his hand and started dragging him. Jimin. Yoongi, what's this nonsense? How can you leave those innocent kids alone? Yoongi, I don't care about kids. I hate them. Because of them, you are only in my imagination. Jimin, Yoongi, nothing is more important than saving the life of innocent. Not even your hatred. Turn the car and save them for me. Yoongi, stop your nonsense. I will never save any child. They have pushed you into the jaw of death. They aren't innocent. They are bloody murderer. Yoongi's eyes turned red. He tightened the grip on the steering wheel. It seemed like blood had come in his eyes. He turned red due to anger. He blamed kids for Jimin's condition and hated them from the bottom of his heart, but yet reversed his car and reached at the place where that kid had asked for help. He saw a man holding a baseball bat dragging that kid somewhere. Another man was holding the injured kid. Yoongi went there and held his hand before he could slap the kid. Men, while dragging the kid, You dare to run away along with this boy? Today you are going to see real hell. Kid bite his hand. No, leave me, you bad man. Man, you little filth. You dare to bite me? Raised his hand to slap him, but someone held his hand firmly that he couldn't even move. Yoongi, seems like you have so much strength. Men looked at Yoongi. Who are you? And what are you doing here? Go and do your work. Yoongi, I'm doing my work. Boy hugged Yoongi's leg tightly. Uncle? Yoongi looked at him. Shh, I'm here. Don't be scared. Twisted man's hand and punched other man who was holding the kid. Here, take this kid and go to my car. That kid ran to Yoongi's car while carrying the another kid in his arms. Yoongi started fighting with both the men alone. They couldn't last long. 10 minutes in front of Yoongi. Yoongi knocked out them in less than 10 minutes and drove off to his mansion along with both the kids. Dr. Jin, Yoongi, they both are fine. I already checked them. Yoongi, while drinking. Why are you telling me? Jin, because you have brought them here. Yoongi, that's my biggest regret, to save them and bring them here. Jin grabbed his hand. Stop drinking. You already emptied 2 bottles. Yoongi, don't you dare to stop me. Don't forget your limits. Jin snatched the bottle from his hand. I'm not forgetting anything. I know my limits very well. What happened to you? Yoongi, do you think I have only 1 bottle? Jin, I know you have the whole bar, but Yoongi, I didn't call you here to give me a lecture. Your work is done. Now you can go from here, and while leaving, take both of those children with you. Jin, where will I take them? Yoongi, anywhere. You can dump them on any road. Just take them away from my eyesight before I do something that I shouldn't have done. Jin, you are hating them without any reason. They are. Yoongi choked him. Without any reason? Don't you know what they have done? They snatched away my love from me. They are bloody murderer. I wish I could have killed all the children, but boy tugged his pants with trembled hands. Uncle? Yoongi looked at him and left Jin. What? What are you doing here? Don't you dare to touch me. Boy flinched hard and immediately removed his hand. So sorry. I only want to thank you. Jin bent on his level and hugged him. It's okay, kid. Don't be scared. He is just loud. Rubbed his back. Yoongi, see, you scared him. Yoongi looked at boy and sat on the couch. I didn't mean to scare him. Jin, you are so cute and brave, boy. What's your name? Boy, Cookie. Jin, Cookie, such a cute name. And what is that little baby's name? Cookie shrugged his shoulders. Don't know. Yoongi, you don't know his name and you were running with him? Raised his one eyebrow. Tell me honestly, did you kidnap that kid? And who were those men who attacked you? Cookie shook his head vigorously. I didn't kidnap that baby. I'm living in ABC orphanage. That baby came there in the morning. Those bad uncles always came and took some Nona and few babies with themselves. Cookie? Shwa, those bad uncles injected baby and baby slept. They were talking on call to sell kidney. Jungi, kidney? What's this? Looked at Jin with widened his eyes. Jin widened his eyes. You mean kidney? Cookie looked at him and nodded his head vigorously. Yes, that bad uncle was saying this kidney. But was kidney? Innocently looked at him. Jungi, what the hell? Jin looked at Jungi. Shh. Cookie, baby, go and sleep. Cookie, Putty. Slowly looked up Jungi's pants. Good uncle, thank you. Left. Jungi looked at Jin. What was he saying? Jin, you are thinking correctly. Some orphanage run these type of illegal. Jungi took out his mobile and called his right-hand man. I want the full details of ABC orphanage. Keep your eyes on everyone. Make sure all the children are safe. Left by talking. Jin looked at him and smiled. Jungi, no matter how hard you try to show that you hate kids, but the truth is that you are just mad. You can't hate kids. You love them just like Jimin. I wish soon you will get your love back. Time skipped after a few days. A few days passed. Jungi found out the orphanage was involved in illegal activities. He rescued all the children and safely transferred them to the other orphanage. The other boy that Cookie saved, his name was Titi. Both T-Cook were living in Jungi's mansion. Jin provided them food and other necessary stuff. Jungi returned home a little late than usual time. He found all the kitchen containers were opened and T-Cook were searching for something in them. He became mad. He went to them and said, Jungi, what are you searching in the containers? You both have created enough mess. Go back to your room. T looked at him. Good uncle. Jungi, haven't you heard what I said? I said go. I don't want to listen anything. Jungi grabbed his hand. Utti, good uncle, we are going. Please don't be mad. Started walking towards their room, but T's tummy glowed loudly. Jungi, stop. Haven't you eaten your dinner yet? T went to him. No, Titi tummy talkie. Jungi, why? Did Dr. Jin come? Cookie, Ginny said Ginny had to go out of town for hospital work. Ginny said good uncle will feed Titi and Cookie. T, good uncle no, come. Titi, Cookie, food jar. Jungi, oh, how can I forget this? He informed me. I forgot it at my work. Wait, I will prepare something for you too. T cooked happily. Utti! With that, Jungi removed his long coat and placed it on the counter, washed his hands and started preparing food. T-Cook was sitting there and watching Jungi with amused eyes because he was cooking at the speed of light. He served the dishes to them. Jungi, have it. Cookie looked at the dishes.
Good uncle, where is your dish? Won't you eat with us?
Jungi, I'm not hungry. I prepared food for you two only. Cookie,
Why isn't good uncle hungry?
Jungi, I don't have appetite. And stop asking question. You aren't my teacher. Have your food and go to your room. Cookie showed this spoonful food in his mouth.
Cookies 2 in 1, baby plus teacher. Good uncle shouldn't stay hungry. Good uncle does so many works. Good uncle needs energy. Without food, how would good uncle work? Good uncle should eat too. Thank you for the food.
Jungi looked at Cookie with widened eyes. His dogs remembered him of Jimin. He also didn't let him remain hungry. He forcefully fed him his food and always said that he was 2 in 1, doctor plus teacher. Remembering Jimin, his eyes automatically softened. He started thinking about Jimin. He was lost in Jimin's memories. The chain of his memories broke when TT shook him. T shook Jungi.
Good uncle, good uncle. Ah.
Opened his mouth. Jungi looked at him. What? T.
Titi hungry. Good uncle, tasty food, Titi.
Jungi, I gave you food. Eat now. Cookie.
Good uncle, Titi wants to see that good uncle should feed Titi with your hands. Ginny always feeds Titi and Cookie with Ginny's hands.
Jungi. Oh, okay. Jungi hated kids. He blamed them for Jimin's condition but couldn't deny T-Cook's request and started feeding them with his hands. Reason he himself didn't know. Time skipped after few weeks. Few weeks passed. Unknowingly, Jungi got attracted towards T-Cook. He started coming home early, preparing food for them, feeding them with his hands, buying stuff for them. Now he didn't feel that much lonely. He wanted to come back home early because now he had someone who was waiting for him. T-Cook always waited for Jungi and welcomed him with a tight hug. Today was the day when he got the news that Jimin was in hospital. He was so emotional today. It was midnight. Jungi entered home late while fully drunken. Jin already fed T-Cook their dinner and put them in sleep. Jungi opened the room, which was the other side of the house. He entered inside. Jimin was laying there with his closed eyes. So many wires and tubes were there, which was attached with the various types of machines. He went to him and sat on the stool. He gently took Jimin's hands on his hand and kissed on it. He creased his face with Jimin's hand. He wanted to feel his touch. He missed it so much. Jungi, Jimin, it's been 2 years since you are sleeping. Now it's enough. Please wake up. Living each moment without you is becoming very difficult. You had promised me that you would return in a few days. But 2 years have passed and you haven't returned yet. You know that doctor was saying that I should have let you go. I strictly denied him. I know you will soon return to me. I have full faith on my love. I won't let you go anywhere. We have to go to our honeymoon too. You had promised me that we would definitely go to our honeymoon. Our honeymoon was postponed, not cancelled. You know, Jimin, I have brought 2 little kids home. I wanted to hate them, push them away, but couldn't do that. Don't know why I still keep them in our home. They both remind me your. They even scold me whenever I return home late, just like you. Please talk with me, scold me, force me to do things, threaten me by your cute eyes. I'm incomplete without you. Please let me complete with your presence. Please come back. I can't live without you. Please, Jimin. Please. Yoongi fell asleep while talking with Jimin and holding his hand. He didn't know this time he wasn't alone. Two innocent souls were hearing them. Taekook brought the blanket and carefully covered Yoongi. They knew someone was in this room because they saw Jin often visit this room, but they didn't come inside. T wiped Yoongi's tear with his tiny baby hand.
Good uncle, no cry.
Shook Cookie, who was looking at the machines.
Cookie, why were sleeping uncle?
Cookie looked at T.
Don't know, sleeping uncle is sick. We shouldn't disturb them. We will ask good uncle tomorrow. Uti, now let's go to our room and sleep.
Left. Time skipped at next day. Yoongi was sleeping, still holding Jimin's hand. Taekook slowly entered in the room. They saw Yoongi was sleeping. Sun rays were peeking through the window. They saw Jimin's eyes were opened and sun rays were falling in his eyes. But still Jimin didn't close his eyes. There was no expression on his face. His face was blank. Note: in persistent vegetative state (PVS), patients have their sleep-wake cycle. They open their eyes and close as well, but show no sign of awareness or cognitive function, existing in a state of wakefulness without consciousness. T.
Sleeping uncle, wakey.
Cookie.
Yeah, but sun rays are falling in his eyes. Sleeping uncle must be feeling uncomfortable.
T went to Jimin, placed his tiny baby hands over Jimin's face, tried to block sun rays.
Sleeping uncle, Titi no hurt. Sleeping uncle, Titi strong boy.
Cookie looked at Jimin.
Sleeping uncle,
Slowly shook him.
sleeping uncle, Cookie and Titi are here. Look at us. What happened? Why aren't you talking? Are you mad because Titi and Cookie didn't come to meet you? Sleeping uncle? Sleeping uncle? Tea. Cookie, sleepy uncle, wakey wakey, but no talkie talkie. Titi, Cookie, sleeping uncle, hungry hungry. Cookie, sleeping uncle, where are you looking? Snapped his hand in front of his eyes, but Jimin didn't blink. They both confused and continuously shaking and calling him, but Jimin didn't show any response. Teacock was shocked hearing their voice. Yoongi woke up and saw Titi was blocking the sun rays with his tiny baby hands and Cookie was calling Jimin. He smiled to see Teacock's cute reaction. He felt he was covering with the blanket. He understood it must be Teacock who covered them with blanket. Yoongi, he won't reply, you too. T looked at Yoongi. Why? Sleepy uncle no talkie talkie, Titi, Cookie. Sleepy uncle math. Cookie held his ears with his both hands. Cookie, sorry, sleeping uncle. T. Titi, sorry, sleepy uncle. Yoongi, he isn't talking to you, not because he is angry with you. He isn't talking to you because he can't talk to you. Cookie looked at him. Can't talk? But why? Yoongi, because he isn't sleeping. In deep sleep from past 2 years, our voice can't reach at his brain. He can't respond. T. Sleeping uncle no sleepy sleepy. Sleeping uncle wakey wakey. Sleeping uncle eyes open. Yoongi. But he can't see anything. He opens and closes his eyes but can't blink. He is like this from past 2 years. Cookie. But why? What happened to sleeping uncle? Yoongi. His name isn't sleeping uncle. His name is Jimin. He is my husband. He is a pediatric doctor. P. Doctor means like Ginny? Yoongi. No. Dr. Jin is general doctor. He is a pediatric doctor, means children's doctor. We got married 2 years ago, and a few days after the wedding, there was a major earthquake in another city where doctors were needed. I tried to stop him, but he didn't listen to me. He went there to treat children. After a day of treatment, another massive earthquake hit the building where their temporary hospital was made. He was trying to rescue all the children with the support of other doctors and health staff. He rescued all the children, but when he was coming out, the wall of building collapsed on him. Soon he buried under the building. With the help of the hospital staff, his life could be saved, but his brain was badly damaged and he became like this. He can neither listen nor say anything. Neither is he completely alive nor dead.
He is stuck between life and death. He is breathing with these machines. He only wants to save lives of children, but those children caused his life. I sent my husband in cheerful state, but got him back in this condition. Tears rolled down through his cheeks. Why? I'm telling this to you too. You both might not be able to understand anything. I'm dying to hear his voice. Don't know when he will again call my name. Don't know when he will again hold my hand. Don't know when I couldn't able to speak. Cookie wiped his tears.
Good uncle, don't cry. Sleeping uncle will be fine soon. Cookie will take care of sleeping uncle.
T ran to him and hugged him tightly.
Titi talkie, sleepy uncle. Sleepy uncle, wakey soon. Good uncle, no worry.
Jungi hugged him tightly and letting his tears flow. Once Jungi hated kids so much, and now those kids became the shoulders. On them he could release his pain. Time skipped after a few weeks. T-Cook started talking with Jimin. They rubbed Jimin's hands, face and feet. They started eating with him. They complained to him. Whenever Jungi was late or Jimin scolded them, they never forget to give Jimin good night and good morning hug and kisses. They shared small things with him. He tried to make Jimin hold their hand, but Jimin didn't respond. There was no improvement in his condition. Jungi came to T-Cook and found them talking with God and bargaining with them. T.
God, please wakey, sleeping uncle. Good uncle, so sad. Titi no like. Good uncle, miss sleeping uncle.
Cookie.
God can take cookies, nana milk, but please find sleepy uncle.
T.
God, tasty strawberries. Sleeping uncle, wakey, please.
Jungi looked up. I don't believe in you, but at least don't neglect these kids. They offer you their favorite things. Don't be this cruel. Don't break their hearts. Time skipped after 2 weeks. 2 weeks passed. There was still no improvement in Jimin. T was trying to intertwine his hand with Jimin. Cookie.
Titi, what are you doing? Leave sleeping uncle's hand.
T.
Cookie, sleepy uncle hand, soft baby hand. Titi see movie. Mama walkie baby. But sleepy uncle no touch Titi hand. Titi walkie mama.
Cooking.
Titi, sleeping uncle listen Titi's mama.
T.
Mama.
Kissed on Jimin's hand.
Mama.
Again kissed.
Mama.
Again kissed.
Mama wakey, fast. Titi, mama walkie.
Cookie held his other hand.
Don't disturb sleepy uncle. Let sleepy uncle rest.
T.
No. Titi no go. Mama. Mama. Cookie, go Titi. Mama, Mama.
Jimin slowly moved his finger. Just the slightest movement. Cookie.
Mama, touch Titi hand.
Cookie stopped.
Don't lie, Titi. Sleepy uncle can't move his hand.
T.
Titi, no lie. Mama touch Titi hand. Mama touch Titi hands. Here. Mama, Mama, Mama.
Jimin didn't respond. Cookie thought T was lying, but after few hours he again moved his finger, and this time against Cookie's hand. When Jin came, they informed him, and he informed this to Yoongi and neurologist. Neurologist did some tests. Yoongi impatiently. What happened? Is there any improvement? Neurologist. Those kids weren't lying. A little improvement detected in the report. It wasn't big, but still there is a little hope that his brain can respond. Yoongi was on cloud 9. His ears were yearning to hear this. It wasn't the surety that now Jimin would be fine, but he got a little hope. Days turns into weeks turned into months. Jimin's body started showing improvement. He was recovering, but in very slow pace. T-Cook were happy with little improvement. Something was better than nothing. Months turned into years. In this meantime, Yoongi adopted T-Cook because according to the law, he couldn't keep them without any relation. Time skipped after 2 years. 2 years passed. Now Jimin started walking with the help of support. He couldn't stand without support for more time. He was trying to walk, but could speak. Now, sometimes he stuck while talking. He hadn't fully recovered yet. It would take a lot of time, maybe years, for him to fully recover like before. Today was everyone happy because it was the Christmas Eve. T-Cook were celebrating it for the first time. They were trying to decorate the Christmas tree. Jimin was in wheelchair and instructing them. Yoongi wasn't there.
T. Wow! Outside the snow falling. What if Santa Claus is stuck in snowfall?
Cookie. While decorating the Christmas tree.
Don't worry, Titi. Santa Claus will safely deliver your gift to you.
T.
But what if Santa Claus gets cold and comes here while achoo, achoo, achoo?
Cookie.
Then Titi understands Santa Claus bring achoo, achoo as Titi's gift.
T.
No, Titi doesn't want achoo, achoo.
Went to Jimin.
Mama.
Jimin, while sitting on the wheelchair and smiling. Titi, don't worry, Santa Claus won't catch cold. He lives in North Pole. There is so cold. T sighed in relief.
Then it's fine. But Mama, when will Santa Claus come? Does he forget the address of Titi's house?
Jimin, Titi hasn't finished the decoration yet. Without decoration, Santa Claus won't come. Go and help Cookie. T
Oti.
kissed on Jimin's cheek.
Titi will place the star.
took the star.
Cookie, Titi, you will fall the Christmas tree. You are so small. You can't reach there.
T climbed on the couch.
Titi isn't small. Titi is a big.
Jimin,
Titi, be careful.
Cookie,
Don't worry, Mama. Cookie is holding Titi.
T placed a star on Christmas tree.
Then, now, why doesn't Santa Claus come?
Cookie,
Santa Claus has to visit so many houses. Santa Claus will become soon.
T
Soon, but when? Titi is waiting from so long.
Jimin, did he sing the song?
T. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Santa Claus is going everywhere, not coming to Titi's home.
Cookie,
Dashing through the snow while achoo.
Jimin,
Bringing happiness for Mama's Titi and Cookie. Hey, sing together.
everyone together.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Santa Claus,
Ho 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 ho, Santa Claus brings the gifts.
everyone looked at Santa, who was very skinny. Of course, he would be. After all, he was Yoongi, carrying a big bag on his shoulder. T went to Santa and circled around him.
Mama, what happened to Santa? Santa didn't eat anything.
Held Santa's hand. Cookie,
Maybe Santa was so busy in distributing the gifts. Santa Claus, you are so weak. Come and sit here.
made him sit on the couch. T
Wait, Titi will call Ginny. Ginny will give Santa Claus IV needle.
Santa stood up. What? Listen, kids, I'm not weak. Cookie,
No, you are weak. Mama said Santa Claus has big tummy and he came while dancing.
T touched Santa's tummy.
And this Santa has no tummy. Someone is steal Santa's tummy. Santa Claus, don't worry. Titi remembers police uncle's number. Titi will call the police uncle. Police uncle will help to get Santa Claus tummy back.
Santa looked at Jimin, who was laughing. Those Santas weren't fit, they are fat. But I am fit Santa. Fit Santa is super strong. Jimin looked at Santa. Maybe Santa is on diet. Santa, I'm not on diet. Cookie looked at Santa with cute, suspicious eyes.
I think it's not the original Santa. It's duplicate Santa.
T picked the cushion.
Duplicate Santa? That's why he is so skinny.
Santa, I'm original Santa. I bring gifts for you. Ho ho ho. Jimin, this Santa is so small. Santa stood up. Small, skinny. You all insult Santa. Now Santa is going back. You have no value of Santa. About to walk. T picked the decoration strip.
Attack!
Santa, T-Cook attacked on him and tied him with decoration strip. Jimin placed the star on his face. Now he was looking like a walking Christmas tree. Santa, I came here to give you all gifts, but here you all turned me a walking Christmas tree. T climbed on couch and pulled his beard.
Dada, where will you go?
Cookie removed his hat.
This is our personal Santa.
Yoongi, what? You all already know that it was me? But how? Jimin, it's not that hard to recognize you, my skinny husband. T.
Did you saw Santa stepping down from Dada's car?
Cookie,
And Santa is smelling like Dada.
Yoongi, you all are so smart. You spoiled my surprise. Now untie me. I bring so many gifts for you. Teacock pulled the strip and Yoongi started spinning like a top and fell on couch. Jimin held him. Yoongi gave all of them their Christmas present. Cookie,
Where is Dada's present?
T.
Yeah, Dada brought gift for Mama, Titi and Cookie, but doesn't bring anything for Dada.
Yoongi, you all are Dada's present. Mama is recovering well. Titi and Cookie are smiling. What else Dada wants? Jimin gave Cookie a box. Dada also deserves the present, and here is Dada's present from Mama. Yoongi happily unwrapped the gift and found a ticket. It was the ticket of their honeymoon. Coming soon was written on the date. Yoongi, what's this? Jimin, our honeymoon ticket. Did you forget that we still haven't gone for our honeymoon? Doctor said very soon I can walk and independently. Then we can go on our honeymoon that I postponed. Yoongi, wow, that's great news. We will be first couple who became parents even before going to their honeymoon. Cookie,
And it's from Titi and Cookies.
Yoongi looked at them. Fruit cake. T showed the big piece of fruit cake in Yoongi's mouth.
Yes, Ginny sent this tasty Christmas special fruit cake for us. Dada should eat more. Dada is so skinny. Titi doesn't want Dada stars flying with wind.
Everyone laughed and hugged together and ate the fruit cake. After years, happiness returned in Min Mansion. Yoongi was overwhelmed with these many happiness. He didn't only get his husband back, but got two cute yet naughty sons. They say the world is cruel, and sometimes they are right. But the world is also kind in ways we never expect. A man who once ruled through fear learned that love doesn't demand obedience, it asks for presence. Two children who had nothing to offer except innocent prayers became the reason a heart learned how to hope again. Sometimes miracles don't arrive as answers, they arrive as people. A broken man yearning for his love, two innocent souls running to protect themselves. Their meeting wasn't just an accident, it was a beautiful destiny woven with a single thread that became a beautiful family. Kindness always returns, not in the form we ask for, but in the form we need. Sometimes the darkest hearts aren't evil, they are just broken. Love doesn't always return through force or faith, but through innocence and patience. A life saved with kindness can heal more than 1,000 victories won with power. A heart buried in darkness can still bloom when touched by innocence and hope. Miracles don't always come from strength, they are born from faith and kindness. The end. Author's note. That's it for today. I hope you all liked it. It was the requested story for one shot. I hope I didn't disappoint you. Merry Christmas, everyone. Yungi was the king of darkness and Jimin was the angel of lights. Despite having totally opposite personalities, they both loved each other a lot. No matter how hard people tried to show themselves cruel and bad, their goodness comes to the fore. Just like Yungi, who showed he hated kids but still didn't only save them, adopted them too. His kindness didn't go in vain. His kindness returned his husband. Now he had his complete family. I hope you all enjoyed it. We will meet soon with a new story. Till then, take care of yourself. Love you all. If you like this story, then please do like, subscribe, share, and comment. I assure you that you will never gonna regret on your decision. Thanks for watching.